Metroid titles. Not only are areas no longer copy and paste jobs, but each area has more depth to them than any other Metroid game up to this point. I mean, hell, areas have backgrounds now. It's no longer just black holes that plagued the first and second games. Going back to the story, as soon as you land on the planet, the story elements take a backseat in favor of non-linear gameplay. Your ultimate goal is to rescue the baby Metroid from the clutches of Ridley, but as you progress, you'll find out that not only has Ridley returned, but the entire fleet of space pirates are back too. Well, actually, this is the first game where space pirates actually appear. They were mentioned in the manual of the first game, but besides Ridley, no other space pirates are actually seen. But when you encounter them, they're pathetically weak, going down with one shot of your weakest weapon. But soon you'll come across different variations of them who grow more resilient towards your weapons. Hell, some of them even try to use martial arts on you. Planet Zebeth has changed a crap load since your last mission here. When you first begin, you'll travel in locations from the first game, including the empty and desolate chambers of Torian, which surprisingly doesn't look too bad considering it self-destructed at the end of the first game. Also returning from the first game is Brinstar and Norfair, which, thanks to the power of the Super Nintendo, look and feel completely different from their predecessor. New to the game is Criteria, which is where you start off, the wrecked ship, which is small but dangerous, and finally Meridia, which is almost completely submerged in water. It's also a pretty big place, so it's almost guaranteed you'll get lost on Metroids? No, actually these things are Mocktroids, failed cloning experiments, and they're pathetic. Away with ye! Now, like the first game, you're not told where to go or what to do. Once again, you're all alone, and in this game, I couldn't have it any other way. Now, it's not as unforgiving as the first game, because this time you actually have a map function! So now you can keep track of areas you already traveled. However, it's still up to you to discover the many hidden sections and corridors each area contain, because trust me, this planet is huge. In terms of size, it completely dumps on the original game, and especially Metroid 2. But besides obvious improvements in the graphics department and accessibility, Samus herself is also leveled up in terms of aerobics. Besides having the glorious improvement of being able to shoot diagonally, Samus can now also run much faster with the addition of the run button. If you want to get past the new bridge, you're going to need it. She also now has what's probably the most game-breaking ability in this game, the wall jump. It's somewhat tricky to explain how to pull it off, but I will say it's nothing like performing the wall jump in Mario 64. But if you can master this technique, then a whole slew of sequence breaking awaits you. I'm serious, with just the wall jump alone, you can get items and power-ups way earlier than you're supposed to, and this is because Samus only needs one wall in order to wall jump at all. Mario, eat your heart out. Oh, you can now also turn into your morph ball form while in midair. That's nice. So you may be asking, wait, power-ups and items? What the hell happened to all the stuff you got from your previous adventure? Actually, it's never explained what happened to all her stuff between games, but then again, if you did start out with all your equipment, that would just make the game too easy. So because of this, we gotta search for them again. Yes, even the morph ball, which is in the exact same spot it was in the first game. Along your journey, you'll pick up missile expansions, energy tanks, morph ball bombs, the high jump boots, the various suit, the space jump, the spring ball, and the screw attack. What, no screw attack shout? You decide to not do that now? Ugh. Anyway, being a sequel to a sequel, we have some new— Son of a bitch! Cut that out! We have new power-ups. After defeating the Spore Spawn, we get the super missiles, which are like 5 missiles in one. They can open up red doors in one shot and can absolutely rape enemies. Within the depths of Brinstar are the new power bombs, which is not a wrestling move, but rather a highly explosive bomb that deals heavy damage to everything on the screen. It's also rather good for discovering hidden paths, so use them whenever you can. After we defeat Crocomire, witnesses very family-unfriendly death, we get access to the grapple hook, which I barely use because of the wall jump. Yeah, there's certain sections where it's mandatory, but most of the time the wall jump works just as fine. Once you defeat Fantoon and travel a bit inside the wrecked ship, we get the new gravity suit, which besides being purple gives Samus a much better defense and also allows her to travel in water without dramatically slowing her down. It's pretty damn essential in order to travel in Meridia, but I've heard of people who can actually beat the entire game without getting the suit at all. What's probably the most useless of the power-ups though is the new X-ray scope. Simply put, it allows you to see destroyable blocks and hidden passageways. As a newbie it can be rather useful, but if you played this game as many times as I have, then it becomes rather pointless. However, what has to be the coolest new upgrade is the speed booster, which not only makes Samus run much faster, but she becomes a blue glowing sprinter of death that destroys just about every enemy she comes in contact with. With the speed booster we also get the Shine Spark ability. When you begin to glow after using the speed booster, you can press down to store the charge. From this point, if you hold up and jump, Samus will skyrocket up in the air at the cost of some light, but she's completely invincible while doing so. You can also perform this maneuver horizontally and diagonally, but I've never been able to do that successfully. It's kinda tricky. You'll need to master this if you want to get some hidden goodies, but it's not mandatory to beat the game. In terms of your beam weapons, the only new addition is the charge beam, which allows you to charge up whatever beam you're using and fire off a much more powerful shot. If you do a flip jump while charging, you can do a heavy amount of damage to a regular enemy upon contact. The screw attack is ultimately more powerful, but in the beginning this can be rather useful. Returning is the Spazer beam, the ice beam, the wave beam, and the plasma beam. However, unlike previous games, you can actually hold on to every single beam power-up you can obtain. You can even stack them up for different effects, and you're free to turn off whatever beam you don't want to use. Now that's more like it. Thank you. Throughout your adventure, you'll come across some pretty nasty bosses, some of them which tower over Samus completely. Oh, you gotta be kidding. You're back too, Kraid? Damn, that's a massive difference considering how short he was in the first game. But anyway, yeah, the bosses in this game come in many different flavors, from the spookiness of Phantoon to Dragon, which I absolutely love destroying with the grapple beam trick. I also love how every boss explodes upon death. Must be incredibly high blood pressure. But upon getting to Ridley's lair, we take on the Bastion himself in what's possibly his toughest fight ever. He loves to fly all over the place, and the room itself is pretty narrow, making him hard to avoid. Not to mention the acid below your feet, which saps away your life. Upon defeating him and entering the next room, we see that the capsule that contained the baby Metroid is broken and empty. But hey, shoot down here and you get an energy tank. All is not lost. So after defeating all the bosses, we can finally enter the final area of the game, Torian. Yes, a brand new Torian, packed again with those incredibly annoying Rinkas and... Not again! Just when you thought all the Metroids were wiped out in the second game, here we are fighting them again. Actually, this is because of the baby Metroid. When the space pirates kidnapped it, they exposed it to beta rays, which caused it to multiply. And these are the results. But like the other games, you have to freeze them and blast them with 5 missiles, or 1 super missile if you want. You can also take them out with 3 power bombs, but I wouldn't really recommend that approach. But soon after, we'll reach an area in Torian that's filled to the brim with sand and creatures that look like they got the life sucked out of them. They even disintegrate upon contact. Oh, look, at least one of them's alive, but I can't damage it at all. So what exactly is going... Sweet Jesus! No! Get off! Get off! I'm too purple and badass to die! And you... What? You stopped at 1 point of energy? Why? Not that I'm complaining, but why? Well, actually, this huge thing, believe it or not, is the exact same baby Metroid from the beginning. I guess constantly being exposed to beta rays will do that to a Metroid, but anyway, it realizes who you are and flees, most likely out of guilt. Continuing on, we see the reason why Ridley and the Space Pirates returned. Mother Brain is back, and she looks just as pathetic in that glass jar as she did in the first game. So you know what to do. Break open the glass and pump her full of missiles. Soon enough... Wait, she didn't explode. What's going on? I can't get out of here. Holy shit. Mother Brain knew this would happen, so she came prepared, packing a new cybernetic body and weapons that'll drain your life like nothing else. Nothing the great Samus can't handle, right? Oh shit! What the hell was that? Alright, you won that round, but I'm not done. Oh, for God's sakes, I can't dodge this! What? Samus, move it! You're gonna die! Oh, come on, that's not fair, I can't move! No! No! Jeez! Oh, well, yeah! Go! Drain that bitch! After the infant Metroid saves you in the nick of time, it begins to heal you. But it turns out that Mother Brain isn't quite dead yet. She regenerates and begins to attack the baby Metroid. It tries to attack back, but she ultimately kills it. But upon dying, it leaves Samus with the best weapon in the game, the Hyper Beam. Taste the rainbow, motherfucker! Wow, that cry is getting really annoying. Hurry up and finish her off, Samus! So after that colorful raping, Mother Brain will eventually die and disappear into nothingness. Freaking fantastic, another self-destruction sequence. You only have 3 minutes to escape the planet, so haul ass like you never hauled ass before. Excuse me, pardon me, sorry, go, 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 go! Get out of the way! Go, jump! Oh, now I decide to use the horizontal science bar. Go, go! Wait! Let's go down here. Rescue your little friends. Now go! 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 Woo! Made it. Jesus, instead of just Torian blowing up, the whole damn planet goes up in smoke. That's one hell of a bomb. Congratulations, you just beaten Super Metroid, and it kicked ass! Like the second Metroid, you're given a completion time, and at the end of the credits, you're given a total percentage of the items you collected. If you beat the game fast enough, you'll see Samus again without the power suit. Okay, we get it, you're a girl. Now, in case it wasn't obvious at this point, I love this game. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Not only was this game a massive improvement over its predecessors, but it set new standards for video games in general. It takes everything that worked in the first 2 games, eliminates the bad things, and then multiplies the results by 100. The atmosphere and depth is incredible, the music pieces fit the game perfectly, the graphics are great, and the sound design is incredibly top-notch. But most importantly of all, as a video game, it's incredibly fun to play. The non-linearity of it all makes it incredibly enjoyable to replay, and new joys can be found by trying to beat the game as fast as possible. This is one of my favorite games to speedrun. Now, I understand that some people would say this game is kinda overrated. I mean, sure, the game isn't exactly for everybody, but damn it definitely deserves all of its praise. As a sequel, it does its job perfectly and more. It's like what Super Mario Bros. 3 did for the Mario series, you know, only it's Metroid. Any negatives I can think of would just come off as being extremely nitpicky, so I'm not even gonna waste my time. As a gamer for around 18 years, I heavily recommend you get this game. On the Super Nintendo, the Virtual Console, I don't care how you get it, just play it. I'll give this game a 10 out of 10, and I'm certainly not afraid to give it that score. And yes, whenever I give a game the highest score, the text is yellow.